Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the I Don't Know SquadCast, which is a bi-weekly podcast covering the chapters for Blue Exorcist. Basically, we're going to be doing predictions and discussions of upcoming chapters. And this won't not be spoiler free. Just warning you right now. We will be covering everything and not spoiling. I mean, we are going to be spoiling. So, just, you've been warned. Alright, so I have two lovely people here beside me.
Hello.
Just introduce yourselves. Oh wait, I gotta introduce myself first. Okay, my name is Matea, or you can call me Maddie. I go by many names on the interwebs. You can find me on Twitter at a small strawberry, not a small strawberry. Small SMOL. You can find me on Tumblr as I don't know Trashercist. And Instagram as Matea Nyan. That's with 4 A's at the end. That's about it. Oh yeah, and also I do photography, so you could find me as Mateagram Photography on Facebook and Instagram. What else? Okay, yeah. Blue Exorcist characters that are my favorite. Ren and Shiami are my top favorites. And my ships are Renshi, Izu, Banzamo. I also do multi ships, so Banizmo, Renshi, Banren, Izushie, Mafishura. That's about it.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah. Yay, okay. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Seuss, S-U-S, like pronounced like Dr. Seuss. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr, basically anywhere at Yukio. My favorite my favorite arcs would be oh god. Okay, so the festival arc and Illuminated arc are pretty connected, but those are definitely my favorites. My favorite characters would be Ren, Izumo, and Lewin. And my favorite ships are probably is just like Izushie. I like everything else really, but I'm like diehard Izushie. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to say my favorite arc, which is the Impure King arc. The Impure King arc is my favorite because because Ren goes through the most character development. He's my best boy, so
he is best boy.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I should introduce myself now.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I'm Grace, and my social media, you can find me at basically on everything at this point as Flower of Asia, or my art account, which is Flower of Mayhem. Okay. Favorite characters are Rin and Shiami, of course. It's like I cannot pick between the two because I love them both so much. Favorite ships. Wow. Hey.
I wonder.
I'm not see-through with that. Renshi is my ultimate OTP in basically anything ever. And then I have a bunch of other ships, but they're all escaping my brain at the moment besides Bonizamo. And what is the name of the other ship? Oh, Mefishura. And there's like one other.
Bonchima?
Yeah. Bonchima.
Was that it?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm really bad at remembering ships.
I also ship Bonchima, so.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm
that one's a
multi-shipper.
I'm a multi-shipper when it comes to Izumo.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so as we specified in the beginning, this is, again, not spoiler-free. So if you want to not be spoiled about anything related to the manga of Blue Exorcist, turn this off and read the chapter, the latest chapter, before you hop on this podcast. we are not going to be covering the anime. We are covering the manga of Blue Exorcist because the manga is amazing and you should read it if you haven't. The anime is good, except for those 10 episodes from season 1 that we will not be talking about.
You're like, what 10 episodes?
The manga is so much better. So much better. I can't stress that enough how much better it is. So read it. Turn this off. Go read it. Don't if you haven't read it, just read it now.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes. It's worth the read.
Okay. That doesn't mean we're not going to be talking about the anime. I mean, we probably will be. We are going to actually be talking about the recent OVA that came out at on last month. It was released with volume 20 of the manga. It's the spy game OVA. Basically, it covers a story from one of the light novels, which is also
pretty spoiler heavy.
Yeah, pretty spoiler heavy. It's also confirmed to be canon, and so just it's not available legally in English. Also we are going to be covering the chapter after the Viz translation comes out, not when the Raws come out, when the Viz translation comes out. So please support the official release of the manga. It is available on Shonen Jump through Viz Media. You can buy it for $1. It's only $1. I mean, I'm poor and I still try to support the release, so
yep.
So please support the official release. We want Kato Sensei to succeed. So
yes.
Yeah.
She is queen.
She is queen.
She is.
All right. So, now going on to the podcast, the discussion part of the podcast, to be exact. We are going to be talking about the latest chapter, the latest one to have been released. Chapter 95 will be releasing probably this weekend. And the Viz translation should be out the following Monday. So I'll look forward to our discussion on that.
Yep.
But for now, we are going to be talking about Chapter 94. One of the big things from the last chapter was that Mephisto was shot.
Yeah, and he did. No one knows who it was. There was a big old thing going on too with the whole literally talking to everyone about the existence of demons becoming public to the prime minister and everything. And yeah, that was kind of weird. Really weird.
Yeah.
And the timing of it too was really weird, considering Yukio was right there
and had his gun pointed at him.
Yeah, even though it was obviously not him.
Yeah. I think at this point we can safely assume that Yukio did not shoot him.
Yeah, honestly, that angle was not right. He was on the side of him, and Mephisto was facing away. His profile was, it was not in the right direction. It was on his forehead. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and Yukio's facial expression.
Yeah, he was shocked. He seemed surprised as well. I think Shira, at one point said something too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Basically, the big deal is who did it, because who really did it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, the only thing I don't know. Damn. Okay, so, I feel like there's a chance it could have been, I can't say his name now, Igor, whatever.
I think it's spelled different in the Viz translation. They spelled it as Neuhaus, but
Neuhaus, yeah.
But people say it's Newhouse. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, the tamer with the goals and stuff. If anyone forgot, because he barely showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that's one possibility. I can't really think of any other, and I don't know why I think it's him, just because, I don't know. Maybe he found out something, or
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe Lewin planned it too. Honestly.
Yeah, I think because Neuhaus, however you say his name, has some connection to the whole Section 13 thing with the cloning and whatnot. Or at least it seems he has a connection. I don't think it's been established yet.
I wonder. Yeah, go ahead. Like, I don't know if you finished your thought.
Yeah, well, I think Mephisto knows more than he lets on, and I think that's probably why I think Neuhaus shot him.
Yeah, and what I was thinking is maybe Lewin got him to do it because, you know, he has a background. Neuhaus has a background with his, you know, his wife thing, his whole wife thing, you know.
Is that canon? No,
I think so.
Like
the whole
the artificial life thing from the anime.
No, the artificial life thing isn't real, but whole him. Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah,
it's like it's definitely canon.
Yeah, that's dead to me. The thing that is true, I'm pretty sure, is the whole him getting possessed and killing his wife. And that's why he has that eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, Lewin is discussing the Blue Knight, and his wife he was involved with that situation, so I can see why he would get involved with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Grace, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, what do I think? I think it's someone in the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah, or that. Honestly, that's true. I was like, sometimes I'm like, okay, wait, I probably overthought this, but the Illuminati is like really good, high possibility.
Honestly. That's the most obvious answer.
Yeah.
There's also this dude in one panel that, when everyone's running, is looking back. That kind of looks. It's like I kind of think possibly could be the shooter.
Really?
Oh yeah. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm like looking through it right now. I'm like.
Oh, I don't have the chapter open, so...
Yeah, I have it open right now.
I have it open, too.
Oh, God, I probably should... I'm the host of this podcast, so I probably should have been more prepared.
Well, I only just pulled it up and I was looking at a panel.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, that's the most obvious answer because they obviously want the Canada Gate to open because they're the ones that made it, and...
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole reason that Mephisto was shot was that his body was being used to keep the seal on the Gehenna Gate from breaking, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, isn't there another spy or something?
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Maybe that one dude.
Which one, dude?
Lewin. Maybe the dude that Lewin was investigating.
Oh, the Romanian guy.
Yeah. Him. I don't remember his name.
I can't say. It's like something drag. It's something. Maybe if I look it up. He's one of the Arknights. Let me see. Drac something.
Right.
Dragulisk.
Oh yeah, the one that Lewin like attacked.
Oh yeah.
Fuck his
and
face.
And then he got arrested for it.
What was it that he did exactly? I can't remember.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah. When
because
was it? That chapter was like a few months ago, so I don't really remember.
Okay, so it has to be in the 80s. We have to go back. Let's see.
80 something. Yeah.
It was in the 80s. Because that's why Lewin gets arrested, is because he did. Yep, this all makes sense now.
Yep.
It's clicking. Okay, so yeah, he got arrested because he punched, you know, I can't say his name. What's his Dragulisk, him. And of course, he knew something was going to happen to the gate because of that. So it's honestly, it's like really pointing at him.
Oh, I see now. And scrolling down.
Okay, I see the panel. Oh!
Oh!
Yeah, and the focus lines and stuff.
Oh my god.
And he's like the only one that's like face.
That looks okay. Okay, that looks like that one teacher from True Cross Academy that has like the poofy hair and the glasses. I think his name
Was he the one that told Rin to pick up trash?
Yes, that one.
Oh gosh. It does look like him.
Yeah. He was basically just like, oh yeah, you know, just pick up trash. That's, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, you should go pick up trash and then the floor.
But yeah, if you look closer, it does look like him. But I mean, I know it's not him because he looks a little bit older than that guy. So
yeah.
And if he has like facial hair too, so maybe it's someone who's working for Drac, because you know, I don't think Drac would actually shoot Mephisto. He seems pretty cowardly for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he had someone else do it for him, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because he was pretty panicky around Lewin, like.
I mean, Lewin is kind of scary. I'd be panicking too.
Yeah, I'd be scared too.
Yeah.
Mephisto's pretty scary too. Like.
Most everybody's scary.
Yeah.
The good guys are scarier than the bad guys.
So, I'm trying to remember what Drac did that he was getting involved with. Was he involved with the Elixir?
I think so. Yeah, and the Blue Knight and all that.
I need to go back. I need to find it.
Was it like the Section 13? Was it like that whole thing? Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, it's Section 13.
Yeah, all that stuff.
This was actually pretty recent, like arc-wise.
Yeah.
And these recent arcs are like, I haven't been reading just because I'm keeping up with it first, and then now I actually need to go back.
I'd say like the last year or so, the chapters have been pretty story heavy, so it's like a lot to take in.
Yeah, with every chapter ever since like the 80s hit, when it came to the chapters, it was like one after another. It was something that was going on. I was like,
oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to find this. I want to search.
Yeah. While you're doing that, let's talk about Rin.
Yes. Finally getting the screen time he deserves.
Yes. So yeah, I guess to put it bluntly, Yukio has had a lot of screen time in the last few chapters. So I guess it's kind of building to this whole thing where Rin has to, I guess, go on like an epic quest or something. Because Yukio obviously was arrested because people thought he shot Mephisto when he clearly didn't, and obviously that's going to be it's going to lead to pretty serious consequences for him. So I guess the whole thing, is that Rin is probably going to try and clear his name. Also, we can't forget about his potential demon powers. Yukio's, not Rin's, because we already know Rin has demon powers. But like, obviously with the whole eye thing, the fact that Satan probably is partially possessing him to an extent, and I guess it's not totally clear, but I guess it'll clear up in like.
Because he did mention that I think around when he started really investing his powers, I think around the time he was in that building and he was gonna, he summoned those, I think the Naiads, I believe, and he said that they weren't hereditary like Rin's. So that's why it's so weird. And if you notice, they're like they look different in general too.
Yeah.
They're way different looking than Rin's. Yukio's kind of have like a like a line through them or something. They kind of have like a different color going on too.
They're Satan colored.
They're yeah, they're literally Satan. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That should be so funny, but
That's
yes.
literally it.
That is literally what Mephisto said about his eyes, is that they're Satan colored.
Look at
Satan colored.
Look at my eyes.
Look at it! I want you to look at it!
Look at it! Look at it!
That's literally what he was doing.
Yellow Yukio.
Yeah, but anyway, on to, I guess we kind of went off topic a little bit. On to Rin. Oh, we have another guest joining us. Or not.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. We're using Discord, by the way, so, we might have some people pop in from time to time. It really depends. But it looks like whoever was joining us is not, so never mind. Anyway, so with Ren, I guess, you know, he's kind of been pushed back for the last few arcs.
Since,
yeah, go ahead.
He had a bit of time during the festival arc, and that was about it. Like, you know, with whole Gerd, I can't say his name. I can never say these people's names, and I love him too. Godoin.
Good.
Oh yeah.
His regular school friend, and that was pretty much it. And then like the whole like his execution be suspended, and like there's like a couple months he had, but that was about it. It wasn't really a big development thing going on. So that's really nice to see him not being resorted to like comic relief anymore. Because I was like, when if this series was even titled Blue Exorcist, like I wouldn't even thought he was the main character at this point. But I was like, no, I have faith in Kuto. So good thing he's back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess he's just kind of been there. And I guess the interactions between him and Shammy kind of are sort of development. Development on their relationship more than development on his character, but, you know, he hasn't really had time to develop his character as a character. Yeah. Which is why I love the Impure King arc, because he's just, I don't know, I felt like he just developed so well in that arc, and it was just...
Yeah, I don't know. If anyone noticed, like, after the Impure King arc, that whenever... Hold on, I'm eating a Reese's. Okay. Okay, so after he kind of learned how to control his flames, basically, whenever he unsheathes his sword now, his whole body doesn't turn a flame anymore. It's just his horns and tail.
Oh,
that's a good point.
I don't know if anyone else noticed that, because before it was always his whole body. He was like, you know, and then like.
I mean, I probably didn't really think about it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either until I like noticed lately, like especially during the Illuminati arc. I think he like walks up to the guards, he can sheath himself, and it's like he doesn't look as. I just noticed he didn't have like the whole reckless vibe to him. Like he just looked like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I do think he did, like, that scene between him and Shura from her arc when they're training. I think that was like a good, I guess, to show not only their relationship, but like his development as a character. Like, he's basically using Shura's idea of coming up with names for his attacks, so he memorizes them better. Like, I thought that was like one of the only times in like the past few arcs he really developed as a character. But like, he really I guess, like, and also just like his relationship with Yukio, trying to get confine in him and open up to him, and that I think he's obviously, like, Yukio is not cooperating, and it's been hard, but it's I don't think he was like that before, he was, but like I think he's more attentive to him. So
found it.
Yay!
Okay, so let me send this. It's always like obvious, like once you look back and you're like, oh duh, like, and you look back and you find where's the screenshot though? It's in chapter 91.
Okay.
Where'd the screenshot go? So where'd it go? I just screenshotted it right now. I'm like going through my files. Oh, here it is. And yeah, so here I go. So Lewin punched him. Yeah.
Okay, for those of you who are listening, you obviously can't see what we're talking about, but it's a panel where Lewin says to Drac, is his name? Drac?
Yeah, Drac.
Drac, you're connected to the Illuminati.
And yeah, basically after that, Drac denies it. He's like, he does mention that he's under the contract with the what do they call it, the Morinats, something like that. Basically, if he speaks about it, he will die. What it was exactly was that he was the director of Section 13, and he entered the contract of Morinat, and basically that's his excuse for saying, like, why would I cooperate with the Illuminati if I was entered in the contract, And then that's when Lewin points out, he's like, oh, well, that's just like the perfect, basically that's the perfect excuse for you, So,
right.
He says, not many people can commit a massacre and stay in the same line of work for over a decade.
Oh, wow. So,
let me see. Okay, go on.
I guess that's hinting that he has some sort of connection with the Blue Knight as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this?
You know that there's panels that are missing in the what is it, chapter releases in the volume that they added more panels.
Oh yeah, I mean the volume release, whereas like in the Jump Square.
I just got volume 20 not too long ago. I noticed that.
Yeah, actually someone pointed out on Tumblr, there was a missing scene from chapter 91, I think.
The new panels, right?
Yeah, the one with Rin and Yukio. It was
that's so sad. It made me so sad.
Before Mamushi and Juzo's wedding, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I found something weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he was about to send one of his little fairies on him. And Drac has like this marking on his neck. And it's kind of weird looking for people who can't see. It's kind of wispy looking, and it's almost like a scarring on his neck. And Lewin sees that, and he just lets him be. He doesn't, he kills his fairies, and he's like, oh, you know what? I got what I'm looking for, so I'm leaving. But he says something really vague. He says, I suspected as much. And I don't think that's the contract, right? That's definitely not the contract. The contract does not look like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a contract.
How do you say it?
Contract of Morinat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the contract of Morinat is very different looking. I believe it's more like it looks almost like a bullseye rather than a wispy kind of scarring.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point, because he didn't die after he pointed that out, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whereas,
I don't think you're even supposed to mention you're in a contract, huh?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to mention the contract like what happened with one of the monks from Ren and Yukio's monastery, where he basically died after that happened.
Yeah.
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 Because he basically said when he was under that contract, he didn't say he was in a contract. He just said that like I can't tell you. And then finally he just he's like, fine, I'll tell you. And he just said whatever information he needed to say. And then of course the demon came up and killed him. But that's obviously very different than what Drag has. And now I'm confused. Now I'm even more confused. I don't know why I forget about this stuff when I read it, and then you look back and it's like, oh my god, it's raising more. It's making more connections, but at the same time, more questions. You know,
it's a lot of detail, basically. You know, you don't realize how, like, the world building, how heavy the world building in this manga is.
Oh, it's pretty elaborate and pretty big.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Huh?
Oh, I was talking about the world building.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, honestly. Like, people don't realize that, you know, on the outside, it's like, oh, this is a typical shonen manga, but on the inside, oh my god!
It's...
Yeah. It's pretty heavy.
It's like not very traditionally shonen, honestly. It's more mystery and more
supernatural.
It's a lot more mystery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. My mind is blown about Jack right now.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I don't know if I have any theories at this point, just because, like, I was like, wait a second, like, okay. What could that be? Illuminati, obviously, but what did the Illuminati do?
Or it could be something completely new, too.
It can be something completely new.
Yep.
It's pretty wispy looking. And I can't tell if it's a scarring, or it looks more like scarring rather than a tattoo.
I mean, do the Illuminati... Okay. Kind of off topic, but do the Illuminati actually use the actual Illuminati symbol, that the real Illuminati symbol?
Oh, no, they don't. They have their own symbol.
Oh.
Like the actual, like, the one that people are known for.
Okay, now I remember.
It's more of a star rather than, like, whole eye in the triangle.
The whole eye. Yeah. This is off topic, but Illuminati confirmed memes are my favorite, so.
They are.
Yeah.
It's funny because it actually applies.
Yeah, it does. Anyway. So, I guess getting into what might possibly happen next chapter, which comes out on the 4th in Japan, on the 3rd here in the US, because all of us are American. So, what do you, I guess, actually, you know what, there are a few panels that Kato released on her official Twitter page that contain
spoilers, huh?
Yeah, that are, like, I guess, the manuscripts for the chapter. So I'm gonna open up Twitter right now, and we'll discuss those, and I guess we could share our predictions for the next chapter based on those panels. Let's go. I'm gonna open that up real quick. Alright, so a lot of what she's posted in the last several days has been of the stage play. Actually,
You're on?
Huh?
That was like just outside commotion.
Yeah. Anyway, so one thing that we might go over is the stage plays. We might do, like, reviews of them. So if you guys want to see reviews of that, just let us know. And yeah, we obviously can't really judge the based on the fact that it's in Japanese and we don't
all of them
speak
are
Japanese.
reaction based rather than actual event based.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but we can go over the stage plays at a different time. One thing that Kato posted on her Twitter, actually she posted two pictures. I'm gonna post them to the Discord. It looks like the release of the Gehenna Gate, like people's reactions to that.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
That it's like some stuff going on.
Yeah, and it looks like
Yeah.
Arthur Auguste Angel is in one of those pictures.
Oh yeah, he's like at the scene and he's like freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's gonna die or something.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Because,
But
first off, his role is just. Hold on. Be right back, guys. You guys can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. That Sue's brought up a good point. He could potentially be I guess one of the clones to die, because I think it's confirmed at this point that he is a clone.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's gonna happen in this particular chapter or not, but I think it's maybe foreshadowing his death.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
So what you just mentioned, basically
I mentioned that
Arthur?
it's probably his death isn't gonna happen immediately into the new chapter, but it's probably gonna be foreshadowing his death. So
yeah, something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't think she really planned to develop him too much, rather than like show who he was before. Because remember, he did not know who he was before the Blue Knight, or basically just like doesn't have any recollection of before the Blue Knight.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just basically at his peak. He just seems like one of those stubborn people. I mean, he's obviously really stubborn. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's one panel. Another one that Kato posted is of Shura. And it's just of Shura.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I remember that one.
I think she's defending Yukio. She kind of has her arm back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because it's just really a headshot of her. Oh, yeah, okay, now I can see her arm. But,
yeah.
And it looks like it could be Yukio on her side, her right side, so, it might be his trial. He might be in front of the Grigori.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
The thing is... Oh, actually, yeah. I was gonna be like, I don't know if they would care too much because they like Mephisto. I was like, wait, the gate, duh. Of course they're gonna care because like more for the gate rather than for Mephisto.
Yeah.
They don't care about Mephisto.
They don't.
They're gonna think that he's part of the Illuminati or something.
I mean,
also,
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
They're gonna think it's him.
no matter what way they put it, Yukio is definitely getting framed because he did shoot his gun, just not at Mephisto. He shot himself.
Yeah. But nobody knows that except for Shima. So.
Yep. He already has a bullet missing, so he's just gonna look all the more suspicious.
They're gonna know.
But I guess Shura is gonna be defending him at his trial. I guess the chapter is basically gonna be his trial. So that, I guess it could just be, back at that grand courtroom with the Grigori, just, that's one thing that could happen. I thought that he would immediately be going to jail. Okay, the next panel is Yukio looking rather, I guess,
he looks kind of mad or something.
He looks...
But also, like...
I can't tell.
It's hard to tell with him nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
All his faces are the same thing. Smiles or lies.
Yep.
I would say, like, detestment, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, he can't trust the order. So I would imagine that he's probably at, with the Vatican, and he can't trust them anymore.
Also kind of a look.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Probably also really mad that he's framed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which could mean anything from that point, though.
Mm-hmm. And, or it could be, this is really interesting, but it's kind of, reminiscent to a look that Ren gives Yukio, or he kind of looks away from Yukio when Yukio is basically lecturing him about, so you gave all this grand speech about surpassing me, and now you're in a jail cell.
Yeah, he was like,
yeah.
Who knew you now?
So I feel like it's kind of like a parallel to...
It honestly is a very, very huge parallel. They both gave in to their weaknesses, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ren's weakness, his whole, like, emotion thing where he kind of feels too much for others.
Mm-hmm.
And Yukio, on the other hand, feels too much for himself and is obsessed with himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, because Yukio lacks confidence, and Rin also at a point lacked confidence. So they're basically, people don't realize that even though they're nothing alike, they have so much similarities.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
The stories literally mirror each other and putting each other in the space that each of them started in.
They both had a very suicidal scene.
Yeah.
Basically, Ren during the Impure King arc, where basically wishing that his dad didn't save him. He's like, maybe I'm just better off dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Shami's there. And the difference with him is that someone was there to help him. And he had everyone around him. And with Yukio, he's basically alone. And he had Shima was there, and Shima was there to witness it, but was like, I need to yoink you, but then Yukio beats him up and basically rejects anything,
Right.
Yeah.
Another panel that Kato posted was of Rin. And
he's like freaking out or something, right?
yeah, he looks very distressed. Actually, we didn't actually talk about the fact that Rin felt the Gehenna Gate opening.
Yeah.
Or the seal breaking of the Gehenna Gate and it opening. Yeah. Which is kind of important. Like, he actually feels it happening.
Because first off, isn't that all the way in, like, Russia?
I think it was in Romania.
Oh, the gate?
Wait, is it in Russia or Romania?
I believe it's in Russia, because there was, like, Yeti and stuff over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember that's when they first found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just the fact that it's so far away.
Listeners, feel free to correct us if we're wrong.
Okay, yeah, I'll check. I have the books. Let me see. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's in the festival arc when they find it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's...
It's either in 10 or 11. I'm just gonna skim through and wait till I see, like, snow or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me see.
But yeah, he looks pretty distressed in this panel.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know what's
It's
going
either
on.
because of he either find out something about Yukio or he's still freaking out about the gate or what he's sensing.
Yeah.
My guess would be on the gate, but
Yeah, but it's
that's
in
only
Russia.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Why did I think it was in Romania?
I think, well, they kind of sound the same, and also, like, Drac
Yeah.
kind of getting involved with that stuff. Like, it would make sense.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think this is going to be a Rin-focused chapter, even though Yukio's probably going to have some screen time in it.
It seems it seems like Yukio's finally had his, his time, and now he's, caught.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's up to Rin, to see what he can do, because obviously with the art that she drew through for this, whatever this arc that, because it's obviously a new arc. Whatever it's gonna be called. Rin's actually like, the face of it, and Mephisto has that like key.
Yeah,
which is like frustrating in a way because Rin basically like Mephisto knows everything.
Yeah, he's basically like that color image from the last chapter where he's dangling that key in front of Rin. It's basically just like saying, "Oh,
come and get it."
Coming, yeah. It's basically gonna be like a wild goose chase for Rin, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because I really want to see his character grow, and especially because one thing that has been established is that he's afraid to know what happened to his mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of like the point of Rin. Like, it like frustrates the audience too, for him not knowing, because of course, the audience wants to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
Rin's like
what's going through his brain, Because
in a way, we do relate to Yukio for wanting to know everything, because we want to know what he's so like really wanting to know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the way he handled it wasn't the best way. Like, getting.
It's just like we want to know too, but chill out.
Yeah.
Like
he didn't even apologize. He basically just was like,
he's just like
evil
whoops.
laughed. He's like, yeah. Another panel looks like an explosion. I don't know what's going on there.
She seems really excited though.
She does. I haven't seen her this excited about a chapter in a while.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is like, I think, the second to last, this was the second image I think she posted. That was a spoiler for the new chapter. The first image, I'm gonna scroll down a bit more, let's see, is of, I can't tell who this is, but, it looks, I don't know, I'm gonna post it to the chat real quick, and you guys can, I guess who it is. Oh, wait, nope, that just linked to her tweet, not the tweet.
I
My
love
bad.
Twitter.
Her Twitter's the best.
Okay, there we go. This is the right one.
Okay.
That's Arthur, right?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like him.
I think it's
I'm
Arthur.
pretty sure that's Arthur.
Yeah.
He looks like
It's just the angle of his face is like very. I don't know.
I think it's because it's above his head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? It is definitely Arthur.
Yeah, he seems to be freaked out by whatever he's looking at.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because, he usually when he sees demons, he's kind of like arrogant. He's like, easy peasy, Oh, now he's like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's obviously going to be a scene with Arthur in it. So, I guess that's basically...
question. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
Oh, well, it's kind of a stupid question, but like, does Ren even know where to go? Like, they're like.
I don't think he knows. I think he's
Prime Minister's residence or whatever, like public knowledge. Like, should that even be public?
I don't know. I mean, he's lived in the area they're at his whole life. I don't know what that means, though.
Yeah,
it's like that portion of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Can you just go there that easily?
It's somewhere in Tokyo. I don't know where.
I have no clue.
He's basically like okay,
like, where's he at? The president's house. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the president's house for America is the White House, but.
Yeah, so. It's the prime minister, not the president. Japan doesn't have a president.
It's just Ren. Would he of all people actually know?
He's like, I've lived in Tokyo all my life. I should know where it is.
Yeah, there's just like the prime, and he just like ran, and like he knew where he was going. And I'm like, well, does he actually know?
Maybe he does. I guess.
I don't know, that's just been bothering me this whole time.
I'd be more scared if it was him and Shiami together, because Shiami lived in
a little garden
her whole life. So it's like if her and Rin said they know where they're going, then I'd be scared.
Well, Rin's the one that bolted off. It wasn't Shiami.
Yeah. So luckily it's him.
Mhm. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's. Unless you guys have anything else to say, I think that's all we have to talk about for the discussion for the chapters.
Oh yeah, because she's pretty unpredictable, really.
It's hard to do predictions.
Because I was not. Okay, so what I was expecting for chapter 94 was for the Illuminati to arrive like immediately.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Mephisto to get shot at all.
I don't think anyone expected it. I think people just expected like Rin and Yukio to have some sort of like confrontation thing, which never ended up happening. Yeah. Like after Bon tells Rin what happened, like with Yukio pointing a gun at him, and then Shiami comes in and is like, "Oh, Yukio, I don't know if she like actually witnessed him."
She just says Yukio's name, like Yukio did something.
Like I don't think she actually witnessed him trying to kill himself.
She more like witnessed his breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say just witnessed, experienced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Poor Shiami.
Yeah. I mean, I know Yukio's in a really tough situation.
You can't touch her.
But like, I don't think that excuses him for actually.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Especially because he didn't go and apologize.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't apologize for it. Like, he didn't realize, oh, shit, I made, like, a terrible mistake.
I mean, he felt bad about it, but feeling bad doesn't fix it, because now she's blaming herself, and just made it worse, because now she's feeling like everything's her fault.
Yeah.
And that makes me sad.
Especially because she has her own stuff going on that we do not know about still.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
my
a good
gosh.
point. That's a good point. We don't know exactly what's going on with Shiami.
We don't know why she quit. What the heck? That's like, why'd she quit? That's basically a big question.
Shiami, why'd you quit? What's wrong?
Yeah, but basically back to the whole like chapter thing. Like I said, I feel like the reason why this happened is just kind of adds to the frustration where like Rin can't even reach his own brother. Like now that he finally knows that like like something's definitely wrong, like there's no question. Now that he like finally like sets his heart on trying to go after him, he just can't, because like Yukio's like out of reach, like basically physically now. He can't, like he's basically under arrest. He might be with the Vatican.
Yeah.
So it's gonna just add even more like frustration for like the viewers as well, for like just wanting them to fix things, their like relationship and stuff.
I think the hardest part is knowing that it's probably going to lead to something in the end, but you just don't know what's going to happen in between that.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Snickering whenever she draws a chapter, I bet.
And we haven't had any character deaths yet, so.
And I know
or any important
Illuminati arc.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like a major character. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, that's more or less what I meant, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a thought. I can't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I think it's like a lot of people are expecting us to get it's like I've seen it like from different places, like forums and stuff, thinking that we're gonna get a bunch more focus on Yukio. My conclusion with it being titled The End of Snow is basically the end of Yukio's arc.
Yeah, because his name.
The end of this part of his arc, and then him joining the Illuminati, but we're going to get back to focus on Rin.
Yeah, because his name does mean snowman.
It literally means, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the end. You finish what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a good point, honestly. Like, that's a really good point, because I honestly think that, like, this is... it's Rin's turn now, like, you know...
Yeah, it's like the end of the Yukio we know.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically how it is, and his true focus will come back again, probably with the main trio near the end of the manga.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely.
Yeah, he's... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like... Okay. Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Basically, like, he's already hit rock bottom, so, like, people saying that it's gonna be more, it's like, he's already hit rock bottom, he's already tried, he's literally attempted to kill himself, like, not so he can see the, you know, whatever power he has, like, he just literally wanted to die. And if that's not hitting rock bottom, I don't know what is. Like, he's already... Yeah. What's interesting about his development is that he didn't improve he didn't, like, develop positively, he developed, like, negatively. Which is cool, because characters don't always have to develop, you know, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's explanations without excuses for his actions.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing.
Yeah.
Not excusing his behavior, but also, like, you understand everything. What was I about to say? Mm-hmm. I do think that within the next few chapters, he's definitely joined the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know I've seen some predictions against that, but...
Yeah, because I would, like... Because people say they doubt it because he doesn't trust the Illuminati or the Order, and that's why he wanted, like, you know, his way out with killing himself by, like, because he didn't know who to trust anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't doubt him joining Illuminati, not just because, like, because he can rely on them, but because he can take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just see him using that for his own fit rather than relying on them.
Oh, yeah, because he doesn't see either as worse than the other, so he doesn't have anything to lose. There's no reason not to. And they're probably going to come in and save him from getting arrested.
Exactly.
They're not taking him without his willingness to, but he'll be willing to since they don't believe him.
Mm-hmm. And it's just going to point the finger of being Illuminati spy more at him, if anything.
Right.
Wow. I'm like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
wheels are turning.
I think people have just been expecting him to join the Illuminati. Like, they think, like, oh, this chapter is the chapter where he joins. Oh, no, this is the chapter where he joins. Like, it's just, like, a thing that people are expecting to happen. Like, and, I mean, I can't say I don't agree with them, so.
No, it's like, if you notice at this point, she does hold things off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when she'll show something and it's basically foreshadowed for something. So the whole Drac thing that we just realized with his scarring on his neck. Shami, a while ago, she had something going on, but that hasn't been touched upon yet. But it will connect with something later.
Yeah.
So whatever happens now is always gonna take time for everything, which is cool because it's cool to keep yourself like interested like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I mean, we'll know what happens in a few days, obviously.
Oh.
And potentially be left with another cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. I love cliffhangers at this point.
Anyway, so to lighten the mood a little bit, we've all seen the Spy Game OVA that came out last month in volume 20 of the manga. The special edition version, not the regular version. It is exclusively bundled with volume 20. So you need to have volume 20 to watch the Spy Game OVA. Anyway, your thoughts on the OVA, guys?
Freaking hilarious.
It was hilarious and so fun.
But also, you go ahead.
What I found funny was that they used the opening and the ending for Kyoto Saga for the OVA.
And it literally has nothing to do with the story. Like, at least arc-wise.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of is... It kind of doesn't spoil the fact that Shima is a spy for the Illuminati, so... But he's also Mephisto's spy, but it's like... the story was written after it was established he was a double spy. So... The story was originally in a light novel that came out, I think, sometime last year.
Yeah.
And basically what happens in the episode is that Mephisto wants Shima to get some dirt on Yukio, and and his reward is basically a porn magazine.
Not just any porn magazine, though. Some uncensored, version that they had to, take down from stores.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was that explicit. And that's why
gosh.
Shima goes so primal over this magazine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So the OVA features it's mainly focused on Shima and Mephisto, but it features Yukio, obviously, because that's who Shima's trying to get dirt on, Rin, Bon, and Konokomaru, and a little bit of Maimon in the end of the the episode. Yep. Yeah. None of the girls are featured in it, which is upsetting. Yeah. But it was fun. I think the only downside to it is it's not subtitled in English, so I couldn't really understand what they're saying. However, there is a translation of the chapter online, which if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll probably put a link in the description. I don't. One of you, I guess, do any of you know where that link is or no?
I know where it's at.
Okay. Yay! Okay, so there will be a link in the description. That's if you want to be spoiled on the chapter or the episode. I think one thing that was really funny was that Shima cross dresses in at one point, and Bon and Kaneko actually come across him, and they actually realize it's him, and they're just giving him this whole talk of, okay, we're disappointed in you to go this far.
Yeah, seeing Konokomaru so disappointed was so funny.
Yeah. He was taking pictures of him too.
Oh, he was. Yeah, I remember that.
I noticed that. So
yeah.
Is it hard to be able to rip a magazine that easily, a full thick magazine?
You'd think it would be.
He ripped it so easily.
Yeah.
He's a gorilla.
He is a gorilla.
Well, I think my favorite part though was like with the it's the first situation that he has with Yukio's where basically Yukio tells him that they're gonna exterminate some Chuchis or something.
Mhm.
And I only know like what's going on here just because I've only seen like the very beginning of like the translation. So basically Shima's like, hell no, I do not want to go in there. And Yukio's, well, like, Mephisto said you probably do this, so I have to make you go in there no matter what. And Shima's like, no, like, you're not the Yukio, I know. He's like, I'm gonna tell your fangirls that you're like this and this and this and this. And that's when Yukio gets mad and like drags him in. And
Oh my gosh.
because Yukio actually does kind of care about his image. And that's when Shima starts screaming. He's like, you know, like.
And then Yukio just like drags him.
Yeah, he drags him. It's so funny. And
Yeah.
look, I have no idea what's going on here, but it was still funny nonetheless. It's when he was with Rin.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
when he's trying to eat Yukio's dinner.
That
Yeah.
was my favorite.
Like Rin kept telling Shima, "Oh no, that's Yukio's dinner. You can't have that." And he was literally trying to distract him enough that, like, by telling him, "Oh, you're such a good cook."
Oh, is that what he's telling him?
I think so.
Yeah. Because obviously he made Rin talk about something.
Yeah, but like Rin was obviously like taking all the compliments that Shima was.
And he's
He's like, "Oh, really? You really think that?" And oh my god! And then when Yukio like comes behind Shima,
it plays
Rin,
a cute song too.
and
It's so funny.
Rin just slowly backs away and like hides in a
He
corner.
does.
Oh my gosh.
I just thought that was
Shima
hilarious.
says something and Yukio's like, huh? And
Yeah.
like cuts off.
Yeah.
So funny.
That part was so fun.
Yeah.
At least this was fun to enjoy without the translation. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it was a lot of situational like visual humor. So at least
Oh yeah.
it was
Yeah.
really funny.
I think okay, the end where Mephisto is playing the video game. We should talk about that closing image with
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
so
Season 3, anybody?
Please.
So that is a really interesting point because it's basically if you haven't seen it, it's basically Mephisto playing a video game and basically making a character that looks like Shima. There's basically like a shadowy looking demon behind him, and it's like Shima's in this grand uniform, kind of similar to the Illuminati uniform, but it's obviously not the Illuminati uniform because they're different colors. And the demon is very reminiscent to his familiar Yamantaka.
The staff looks familiar, and the character's name is even Renzo.
Whatever it's called, because his staff is very similar looking. So it's basically, I think, hinting at a possibility of a season 3, and especially with all the season 3 stuff that for anime that's been confirmed, like in the last few months. We're getting a lot of season 3s next year. We're getting Attack on Titan. We're getting My Hero Academia. We're getting a free season 3.
I was not expecting 3. That was weird.
Yeah, which was completely unexpected. Because I thought it ended with the second season, and KyoAni never does third seasons. Let's be real. But I think. Oh yeah, and isn't Tokyo Ghoul getting a third season as well? Yeah.
Oh, are they
yeah, they're covering the spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, season 3.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's possible that we'll be getting a season 3.
And it seems that Cattell really likes these arcs specifically because she drew so much art for these stage plays. Because I remember when the the Impure King arc stage play was going on, I don't think she drew as much. But
Yeah.
she seems to really like the Illuminati arc, so hopefully the demand is pretty high for it at least.
I mean, if the stage play is any indication, especially because...
Yeah, it seemed really hyped too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because it got a run, it got 2 different runs at, like, not only in Tokyo, but in Kobe, which is a city near, Kyoto in the Kansai region. So, in Japan, fun fact. But, yeah, it got 2 different, runs. Currently, I think it's in Kobe right now. I think they finished the Tokyo run of the show. Especially because, like, they used half of the original cast from last year's play with the Impure King arc. Yeah, they recast some of the characters. Most notably, Shiami and Izumo were recast.
And Mephisto.
Yeah, Mephisto. But it's funny because, like, I thought they would immediately jump to announcing a season 3 after, like, because the stage play for the Kyoto arc, or the Impure King arc, whatever you want to call it, because it's referred to either way, was announced, and then, like, a couple of months later they announced the anime adaptation for the Kyoto arc. So obviously this was not the case this time, but I think it could possibly happen within the next year or so.
Yeah, I'm hoping this summer.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping this summer, because I don't want to wait 3 years in between.
I don't want to wait. Like, in between the first season and the second season there was a 6-year hiatus. I don't know if you would call it a hiatus. It was more of a wait. So, people obviously gave up hope of there ever being a second season or a reboot or anything like that, like a full on.
Like, it was just not going to happen. It was it was for quite a while.
Like, people were hoping that something similar to what FMA went through, what happened with Blue Exorcist, where they basically redid the whole anime. It followed the manga more, so they would start over from the beginning. But it obviously, the anime for Kyoto Saga covered right when the arc starts, not from the beginning of the manga. So they basically retconned the last 10 episodes of the season 1. So yeah.
And it kind of threw a lot of people off, if anything, just because they're like, wait, I thought he would, which is why I thought a reboot would have been better.
Oh yeah. No, I was hoping for a reboot to happen. But,
I was really hoping for a reboot.
Because obviously anime only people were probably very confused by the whole thing.
Yeah, I had a friend who was super confused, because I remember telling him beforehand we were watching the anime. I was like, oh, by the way, once Rin's sword broke in the first season, I was like, by the way, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when we basically I was like, basically everything from this point on doesn't really happen. Yeah. There's some things they kind of throw in that's canon, but other than that, generally plot wise, not really.
Yeah. One of my close friends, actually, when I was getting her into Blue Exorcist, I'm like, watch up to episode 15, stop there, and then watch Kyoto Saga. Don't watch the last 10 episodes of season 1. Yeah. And she did that.
Oh.
Yeah. So, what's funny is, they don't actually go through the whole thing, or, the whole trial scene, they show bits and pieces of it, but they don't actually cover it.
Which is, I really wanted to see that, fully, and I didn't want to see flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to see, I was so excited, okay, so when I first heard about the Impure King arc coming out in anime form, One thing I was excited to see was to see Arthur chop Rin's foot off. Because he does do that in the manga. I was like, I get this, like, some gore, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
And it would have been cool to see, like, Arthur's, like, ruthlessness,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
But
anime version of him seems a lot nicer in the filler.
yeah. He's a lot more comedic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
they didn't show it. It was like, damn it!
Yeah.
And it just really added to, like, the emphasis of, like, the whole contrast that, like, Arthur's supposed to be this holy man, but he's actually super mean, and Rin's supposed to be this demon, but he's actually, like,
Like,
an angel.
An angel.
Basically the purest cinnamon roll ever.
Biggest sweetie pie.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, like, I was disappointed that we didn't get to see that. We just saw, like, afterwards, like, he's just already on his knees. I was like, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see Rin's foot get, like, chopped off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so did I. I actually explained it to my friend. I'm like, he actually chops his foot off. And then she's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, and then Arthur's literally like, don't worry, it'll grow back.
It'll heal.
Yep.
Not like I've ever had my foot chopped off, but it'll heal.
So, yeah, I guess in terms of, like, there being a season 3, it'll probably happen.
It's possible now.
Yeah, it's possible.
But I just don't know when.
Yeah,
it's definitely a nice tease in the OVA for that.
Yeah, they can't just do that.
We just don't know when. I think the more agonizing part is not knowing when.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because what I wonder is that if the anime threw that, like, whoever, like, the producers of, like, the anime, like, threw that in to foreshadow it, or if that was actually in the novel.
Oh my god.
True.
And I'm hoping it was actually, like, the anime producers that threw that in.
Yeah.
Because we hope that they, like, we're gonna animate this arc for everyone.
Yeah. That's
we
what
get
I was
a season. Mm-hmm. We get a season 3. I'm really, 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 really hoping for it. They do not skip out on the festival part or the the mystery, the 7 mysteries of the school or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hope not.
If they skip that, I will be pretty angry.
I will be too. I'll cry.
That's putting it lightly.
I know.
I'll cry.
I think
and then I'll have to learn how to animate properly and then animate the scene with Rin, Shiami, and Yukio myself.
I think the part I'll be most upset about is the scene with Rin and Mephisto, where he's at his house and then Mephisto just, like, suddenly changes his outfit and he's, like, in this suit with his hair slicked back, and it's like, I love that hairstyle on Rin.
Oh gosh, it's so nice.
Yeah. It makes him look so handsome.
And me and my shipper goggles with the whole, when Rin pops up, when everybody else sees him, Shiami points out the fact of his hair being different.
You're like, oh, she noticed.
Yeah, which is funny because in, like, those panels that weren't released in the Square version of Chapter 91, but were released in the volume, his hair isn't slicked back. It's just his regular hair. Which made me upset. So anyway, I think that about covers it for this episode. So next time we're going to be talking about Chapter 95. Hopefully, this is normally a bi-weekly podcast, but since we're starting before, right before Chapter 95 comes out, we're going to be releasing another one next week. So look forward to that. So we hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Tumblr, and I think we're also going to be having a Twitter, so you can follow us on Twitter too. It'll all be at no SquadCast. That'll be the links will be in the description. We'll see you next time. So, bye guys.
Bye.